every year you have a MOKITA event. And this year, 2019, the event is featuring JANN ARDEN. So
I
tell
know.
us.
So excited.
Actually, give me one moment. Let me, or you jump into it. I'm going to pull up some slides so we can see that as well. I'm just going to hit share. Okay, here we go.
So the whole vision and mission behind MOKITA is to really empower women for midlife. We want to give every single woman a giant permission slip to put her own name and her own health at the top of her to-do list. There's a few things that we know, Diane, and one of them is midlife women are holding up our world right now, but we're not sure yet who's holding them up.
Yes.
And so I am so delighted to be able to bring JANN ARDEN to Vancouver on July 12th. For those of you that know JANN or have followed her career, you'll know that not only is she an accomplished singer and songwriter, she's a podcaster, she's an authentic social media personality who has shared her journey, and she speaks candidly about depression and alcoholism and navigating taking care of her aging parents and her mother's walk through Alzheimer's. And I know that women really resonate with JANN's story because she is so open on the conversation side. So she's going to be our featured speaker at MOKITA on July 12th. It's at the Vancouver Playhouse. We're also going to be opening up with 8 women's health professionals who are going to give us everything we need to know about sleep, stress, and sex. So I'm looking forward to that too.
Awesome.
Lots of great conversations cracked open. And you know, the other thing, I think, I hope your listeners find this inspiring, but I had a woman in my community say to me, you know, how we were talking about the shift, the other things that go along with this phase of life. And one of them is career change. And so I had one of my members say to me, I've worked a government job for 30 years, and I just want to tell you that I really want to be a florist. And I was like, well, then be a florist. Now's the time, right? And I don't know why that story has stuck with me, but if you look at JANN ARDEN,
and actually I'm going to pull her up again because I also want to talk about her image. So you keep going.
Okay. So she turned 57 in March, and the same week launched a new acting career. So, I mean, aside from all of the health topics that I just rhymed off, JANN is also an inspiration in terms of, hey, you want a new career? Put the pieces in place and go for it.
Yeah. And she's real, she's raw, she's hilarious.
She's so funny.
And if we look at, remember you were saying you want there to be more positive words that are associated with perimenopause and menopause?
Yes.
If we look at her.
Yes.
Striking, beautiful, confident,
wise,
empowered,
witty.
Wise. What was the last one?
Witty.
Oh, frig, yeah. So witty.
So
talented.
Witty.
Like,
and real.
There's so much there. And I love that image of her.
She's so real.
So now this is an event that you are holding every year. And so for those of you in, let me get rid of this. For those of you in the Dynamic Women community, we encourage you to attend this event with us this year. And as you know, with our experts, I always get them to sweeten the deal in some way or another. So I'm going to just click on, and I'm going to share it with you. I'm clicking on the actual Eventbrite page because I have a little thing I want to share with you.
This is really exciting.
It is. So I'm just grabbing all the codes and all that so that I can walk you through it. Okay, here we go. Time to share. And Google, here we go. So, and you can still see that?
Yeah, it looks good.
Awesome. Okay. So here is the event that Menopause Chicks and Shirley we're bringing to Vancouver. For those of you outside of Vancouver, well, jump on a plane and join us.
There's a few doing that.
Oh, amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
And so we have an extra special, not only pricing, but an extra special deal that Shirley and I have put together a package. So if you go into into tickets, you can see that there's 2 tickets, the VIP ticket, which is amazing, and then the general admission ticket. So there are so many things that you get with both of them. However, let's just make it even sweeter. If you paste in there, Diane saved 20, that is going to save you $20 off of each ticket. That means you can go out for dinner with your girlfriends before this event and have your own MOKITA, talk about some topics that you know maybe normally don't talk about, and have a mojito. There we go. So if you look here, you've applied the code, then you slide down and you're going to see here, you're going to see the $20 is taken off. And not only do you get the regular package, but you get a whole bunch of other things. So you get the MOKITA journal, a copy of our Dynamic Women magazine. You can grab it in the lobby because we'll have a booth there. You get to access a masterclass called Key to Success, where I talk about some topics that are in alignment with this around stress, being overwhelmed, overworked. You get the Traction and Action Toolkit. That's normally a $200 value just for that. And that is what I use with my clients. And then you get an exclusive group strategy session, and it's going to be MOKITA style. So we're going to talk about whatever you want to talk about. And I'm going to bring some topics to the table in alignment with the Traction and Action Toolkit that are really going to move you forward. And VIP, I think, is the way to go. Personally, I want to be in one of the first 7 rows. I also want, I'm going to get well, you are too when you do this, get a lanyard to commemorate the evening, a copy of Jan's book, Feeding My Mother, an exclusive invitation to have your book autographed by Jan, amazing. Then you also get an autographed copy of MOKITA. So many things. And the MOKITA journal, a VIP gift, the exclusive VIP reception, and then all those amazing things that I also offered there. So this should be a no-brainer to join us. I'll stop sharing that right now. The info of that is, in here in the write-up for this. It's also in emails that you received as a member. It's also going to be in our Facebook group. So there's no reason to miss doing this. And another thing I didn't put on there, but I'm going to also put out that anyone who does get one of these tickets, I'm going to share with you the location that we are going to have our pre-drinks and pre-meal so that you can join us, because we want to have this be just a full night of fun and femininity and friendship and MOKITA. Totally.
It's going to be so fun. I'm sitting here going, oh my gosh, I want to buy a ticket, but I think I already have one. I want to have a ticket and then come have drinks with you beforehand. This is awesome.
Well, I will invite you, but I'm sure you're going to be running around and making sure Jan is comfortable and all that stuff.
This is great. So, and the other thing, Diane, thank you for using the phrase MOKITA style to describe your conversations. This has legs. I love it. I
am taking that. There's another word that I learned this year, Hesed. It's I learned it in my book study group at church, and Hesed is to go kind of above and beyond in an extreme act of love. So there's love, like love you, but to go to have a Hesed act, that's a Hesed act. So my little group of girls were all like, that was so Hesed of you. And so it's taking it to that next level. And so,
which is totally what you've done with this. That I love words. Oh my goodness.
So and I love talking about taboo topics as well. That's why I talk about my own journey with postpartum depression, earlier in life when I was just so confused and in a low point where I postponed my wedding. I talk about all this stuff because
fantastic.
We're not perfect.
And no. And you're inspiring other people who may not have the courage at this time to speak up. So that's amazing. Just amazing. I think that's what Jan does too. You know, sometimes we don't always have the gift of words that she does through her writing. But, you know, for every word that she speaks about her journey, you know that there's somebody somewhere who's walking that same path, and that we can convince them they're not alone.
Yeah, for sure. Well, thank you for joining us today. I encourage everyone, no matter where you are in your health journey or on your stages, hormonally into perimenopause or beyond, to join the Menopause Chicks Facebook group so that you can start to learn things. And you have older girlfriends, and maybe you need to be the one that educates them, helps them, supports them, or maybe you have a mother going through it and you need to be able to speak for them. I know in my father's cancer journey, I've had to be the one speaking up because they don't know, and they trust everything that is being told to them. And so join the group, head over to menopausechicks.com and see all the resources there. You can ask without having to go to Google or your doctor, find it all there. And I think biggest thing I'm taking away from this is build your team. Build your team. Well, thanks, Shirley.
Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you on July 12th.
Yes.
Thanks for doing this today.
Yes, of course. Thank you so much. And bye, everyone.
Bye.